In this lecture, we will handle props with TypeScript syntax. Let's create a component and try TypeScript. First, I will remove this header-to-header code. Let's also add product.tsx, and now let me create a component. At the moment, I am using the same syntax. I will say const product is equal to props. I will return the JSX and we'll have the divisions, and I'll say export default product. Now you can see that the props is showing some problem. This is what TypeScript does. It starts validating the code at design time itself. If I roll mouse over props, it says that parameter props implicitly has an any type. So it's asking for the type of value for the props. One way is I give any like this. And you see that the error is gone. But this isn't the right way. So again, I will remove this any. I can also mention an empty object instead of any here. This also resolves the error, but because React supports TypeScript, there are better ways to deal with it. So let me remove these curly brackets as well and the colon. If you look at this code, the product is a variable in a way. And in TypeScript, we decide or annotate the data type. That is, I need to declare what the product will contain. So I will say colon react.fc. Now the question is, what is fc? If you roll over the mouse on fc, you can see the definition. It says React function component. If you want to check the details, just hold down the control key and click fc, and there you see the type definition of function component. The function component is an interface. Now to see more magic, I will simply write props dot, and you can see it starts showing children, which you already know that it contains the content. Now I will remove these props at the moment and will just say product component. Now let's go to app.tsx and import the product component, and let's add the component in the division. So here I just say product. Now here if I press Ctrl and space, you can see that it shows that there are two attributes allowed, key and children. But assume that the product component we have will receive product code, that is p code and p name. So we will define the props with the help of angled brackets. I will add a type argument list with angled brackets here with react.fc. Here I will define that props will take p code, which is a number, and p name, which will be the string value. Now if I say props dot, you can see it shows list of expected props, that is children, p code and p name. Now let me remove these props and let's go to app.tsx. As you can see on product component, it has started showing the error. If I roll over, you can see saying that p code and p name missing. So now it has started expecting p code and p name because we have configured these two attributes with React FC, that is the function component interface. Not only that, but here when I press Ctrl and space, you see that the same attributes are expected here as well. So let's pass these attributes as it is expecting and display it as part of the component. So here I will say p code, curly brackets 1, as it is a numeric value, and for p name I just say apple, but as a string. And in product component, I will remove this product component message and instead I will write props.pcode dash as a separator and props.pname. Let's just see the output now, and it's running fine. This code can further be improved with interface and optional attributes, but that is for some other lecture. So let's talk about few relative questions now. The first question is, how do you configure props with TypeScript in React? So we use the react.fc, then we specify the expected parameter list in this angled bracket. So this is how we configure it. The second question is, what is React-fc? While using the function expression to create a component, you use react.fc, where fc stands for function component and it is an interface. If you hold the control key and click, you can see the interface in detail. React-fc annotates that the component function signature is correct and it returns valid JSX.